Peace, 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 peace. Hey, we're gonna build real quick. You know, there's a quote from the Bible, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. I want to share this with y'all. All y'all Bible thumpers and y'all scripture quoters and y'all readers that's out there that say you so-called Christians. Let me share this with y'all. It says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law thy God, I will also forget thy children." Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. What do I see from this right here? The people today running around here, walking around here, playing the blame game with each other. It's not that we are not liked because the color of our skin. It's because a lack of knowledge. That's what's missing out here. It's not the complexion. It's not the color. It's not none of that. It's the lack of knowledge. That's why so-called black people are in the predicament that they're in. Not because of the complexion that you got. Not because of you think that it's racism and all that. It's not that. It's the lack of knowledge. And it says, because thou hast rejected the knowledge, I will also reject thee. We talking about the creator. We talking about the one that you pray to. The creator of all. The great architect. Allah. This is what we talk. Whatever you call your God, this is what we talking about. Since people are destroyed with a lack of knowledge, people reject the knowledge, then they wonder why they get the problems that they get. They wonder why the circumstances don't change for so-called black people. It's not the complexion of our people that's getting us in these conditions. It's the lack of collective knowledge. That's the cause. That's the main cause. Now, you might say, well, what does that apply? How does that apply to us right now? I'm going to show you something. Look at this right here. Now, I'm going to pull this shamar over my face and cover this up, right? Now, you see I got to fit it on. When I pull my shamar up, you let me know where you think I'm from. If I told you I wasn't from America, I'm going to pull my shamar up and just do a live test with you right now. Watch this. Now, if I took this baseball hat off, right, where would you think I was from if I didn't speak English? Or let's say I did speak English. Where you think I was from? If we was outside like this, and I ain't got a baseball hat on, I got my shamag all the way up, where you would think I'd be from? You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell at all. This is what I'm talking about knowledge. See, once you got the knowledge, you're not ignorant to certain things. See, that's the cause, and that's the effect. The solution is getting the knowledge up, right? Exactly. I could be from anywhere. Anywhere. I'm from the rack, but I could be from anywhere in the world if I'm outside like this. You wouldn't know where I was from. How would you know where I was from if I'm outside like this on you? How would you tell? You see? You see that? And see, this is why more say study, study, study. Peace and love to all you Muslims, all you Asiatics, all you Moors out there around the world. Y'all know it's our time, right? You see, the Great Awakening is on. It's happening all over the planet in this age of Aquarius. So when somebody says, well, what do we need to do? What can I do right now today? You got to be willing to let go of certain spells. People think that They think that this English language is a cursed language. That's not true at all. That's all cap. When they tell you that the English language is cursed, first of all, the people that say stuff like that, you should start asking for receipts. If they can't produce no receipts, why are you listening to them? They can't show you a book that they wrote. They can't show you a book that they could quote. They can't show you a reference to anything. They talk a lot. And a lot of these people who got these super gigantic platforms, they don't show books off. They just talk. We show books off like this right here. This is my book right here. Hidden in Plain Sight. The Parable of the Moor Sardine. You know what I'm saying? Available on khalifamedia.com. Amazon. It's available at cushday.com. We talking about receipts right now. One of the things that pops out that I just read y'all with that Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 is this right here. What does it say? This right here. See that? More. M-A-U-R. Palermo Stele. The title of the high priest of Anu. Now you see? You see this? You see these symbols? The birds. All these birds are indigenous to the Americas. All of these birds. They're indigenous to the Americas. This language, as you see right here, the hieroglyphic characters, this is Canaanite, Moabite, Phoenician, and Hebrew. This is a linguistic connection that you can see on the ancient Semitic inscriptions found on Moabite stones. So when they ask you questions and say, well, what have the Moors done throughout history besides sell their own people out? That's cap. The Hebrew term for teacher is moreh, signifying the duty and responsibility of all those who follow the path of enlightenment. So once again, these people that ask you these questions and got these giant platforms, they talk a lot, but they don't show nothing. They don't show you no books. They don't show you no receipts. They just talk a lot. They tell you a Hebrew Israelite. They tell you that you a Pan-African, but they can't show you nothing that's going to back up nothing that they claiming. We showing and proving right now. The word more is on the hieroglyphics. So all of y'all that took a trip out there to Egypt, that you think Egypt is the first Egypt is in the Americas. If you're in the Americas, you're in Egypt. You're in Babylon. Israel is over here. Pt2 is in Utah. See, Missouri is Mizraim. We have been lied to. What's uncomfortable that I see is that we've been lied to for generations. This is why this purge is happening. And it seemed like you could be having conversations with people and you could be looking dead at them. You could be talking to them because they ask you something or whatever. And it's like they looking at you, but they can't process what you saying out your mouth. So it's like you talking to them, but all your words are not being processed to this person or these people. So when you speaking to them, it's like the words are going around them. But there's a flip side polarity to that. The people that know this information, they also know about polarity, and they also know how to flip it in a way so they could be speaking to one of their own sellouts. They could be talking around the masses, and they could be talking to another agent or a sellout. This is how they get down. They could be having a whole conversation in front of you, but they're talking to somebody else that's there or around you. This is what these Freemasons do. This is what these white camellia, these people that's in these lodges, so-called black Masons and so-called European Masons, they have conversations around you, but they might flash a sign or a symbol around you, but through the miseducation system, we don't know what we're looking at. That's why it's hidden in plain sight. It's literally in plain sight. I'm gonna give you another example, right? The so-called Pentagon, just watch this. The Pentagon, this is their 7th time being audited, right? They somehow have misplaced 800, listen to this, $824 billion. They have misplaced it. $824 billion. The Pentagon has misplaced it. How the hell do you misplace $824 billion, but got the nerve to ask me or you how much you make every year so they could tax that bread, or they could run tax on Cash App, or they could tax on Venmo, or they could tax you another kind of way? This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, you're going to be taxed to death. And here's the kicker though. The people that's in the Pentagon, the people that run the banks, they all work for the same people. These people work for the same corporation. It's called Unum Sanctum. It's called a private commercial human trafficking regime. All these people work for the same people. They all work for the same people. But they got nerve to ask you or me, hey, what you pay for on your taxes? And if you ain't pay nothing on your taxes, we gonna come audit you. How you asking? Hold up. Just think about this madness. These people got the audacity to owe $824 billion. They don't even know where the bread at. But they got the nerve and the audacity to ask you and I for a credit score. What? If that shit right there don't make you feel no kind of way, listen, man, you might be too much in the trap. They got you gone already. If that don't make you think no kind of way, let alone feel no kind of way, what else is it gonna take for the signs to just be right in front of your face? Like, man, this shit is off. All this shit is off, G. This whole shit is off. They owe $824 billion, but they asking us for a credit score. This is what's going on. Look, let me show y'all this. So I'm in the shop today, the barber shop. I see this shit. I'm gonna bring y'all into what I was looking at today. Let me show y'all this. It says, check your judges. All right. Check your judges. Let me just show y'all something real quick. Okay. Look, this is why nationality is the order of the day. And this is why it says in that scripture, my people perish by the day for a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. That's Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. All y'all out there talking about y'all be reading the scriptures and all that. Where you at? You got to have some answers now, because everybody's going to have to answer up. And that time is not later. That time is now. So let me show you how these people be playing in our faces. About the court system. Look, court level, circuit courts, appellate courts, Illinois Supreme Court, pretrial division, law division, probate division, traffic division. What if I was just to share to y'all? All of these courts right here are known as inferior courts, and they're all unconstitutional. All of them. The only one that's supposed to be in court right now as a standing court is the Supreme Court. All of these are fraud. Circuit courts. How many cases? Look at what go on in these cases. variety of cases, from traffic tickets to personal injury to child welfare to criminal cases. See this? This is the knowledge that we got to start getting inside of our heads. Law division. Look at that. Lawsuits, no more than 30,000. Pre-trial division. Hold up. Now, if we go to the Constitution, what does the Constitution tell us? What does the Bill of Rights tell us? We have the right to a speedy trial. We have the right to a speedy trial. Article 3, Section 1 of the Constitution states that it should only be one Supreme Court in the land. Where you get appellate court? Where you get pretrial court? Where you get traffic court? Where do you get circuit courts? What I'm saying is all of these courts are fraud. Just like when they say you need to pay taxes. If we need to pay taxes and they just lost $824 billion, why would we have to pay taxes and they can't even keep up with the bread that they got? Listen, man. So when they show you stuff like this, look, when they show you stuff like this, this is all fraud, G. Look, Juvenile Justice Child Protection Department, fraud. Juvenile Justice Division, fraud. Chancery Division, fraud. Criminal Division, 1st Municipal District, 2nd through 6th Municipal Districts. All of these districts are totally unconstitutional. But again, you want answers. The answers are hidden in plain sight. They showing you that they fraud. Traffic court is not in the Constitution. Appellate court ain't in the Constitution. Neither are circuit courts. Neither are pretrial, probate. All of these are human trafficking. So when they say in the scripture, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, when it says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, how many people out here really take that in a sense like it's literal? Not in the sense of, well, I could take a little bit of it and I could go to the Old Testament and I could go to the New Testament. Fam, it's in there. It's written in the book. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. How many people out here really take that verse like literally? The people that's profiting from the ignorance of our people are the same sellouts who our people vote for, give energy to. You might ask, why do they do it, Kush? Why do these people that look like us choose to sell out? Why does a sellout sell out? They got many reasons why they sell out. Their motivation could be they just money hungry. They want the bread. Their motivation for selling out could be they greedy. Their motivation could be, well, they have a desire to be something that they not. So it's a lot of reasons why people sell out. They sell out because they don't care about their own people. But this is the deception. This is why it's so dangerous. This is why it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. See, once you start studying more science, that means you studying history. You studying law. And what they say, history repeats itself. And the wise will peep the mistakes from the past to not repeat the same mistakes for the now and the future. So what happens is they put out so many different distractions in the meantime while they're conducting the fraud. You see? So the Jake Paul Tyson fight, they rolled that whole thing out under that. So they like, we gonna distract the people with this Jake Paul Tyson fight. And we gonna just mysteriously lose $824 billion. It's unaccounted for. What you do with that? What you do with that bread? You don't know where the bread at. But they want us to pay taxes. They want us to have a good credit a good credit score. But you just lost $824 billion. What? This is why it's hidden in plain sight, though. Because look, let me show you this. Again, when you talk about, well, why should I say more? Why should I say, because they'll be like, I get questions and the questions be like, well, why should I say that I'm a more? You should say that you are more, because more does not mean what people have been saying that more means. More has various meanings. Okay? Look. It says, in nearly every language, dialect, and culture, you'll encounter some reference to the term more, whether in a positive or negative light. This acknowledges the ancient architects of civilization, drawing on the wisdom of the forebears, combined with their own knowledge. The convergence has given rise to the profound understanding that serves as the source from which the waters of eternal life flow. It is a wellspring from which all peoples have partaken, and some have even tried to taint or obliterate. The Moors embody what is often referred to as light, signifying knowledge. Do you know? Again, back to that scripture. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Not my people are led astray. No, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So remember, the wise pay attention to the mistakes of the past. So they can see what's happening, what's coming up, and they can move different now. It's strategy. You recognizing patterns. This is what a lot of people out here moving around, they not peeping the patterns. It's the same. If you really slowed it down and start paying attention, everything has patterns. This is why you don't want to be unpredictable. This is why you don't want to be predictable. You want to be unpredictable. If you use a law, you're already going to be absolute anyway. So animals, you know how animals could be hunted. You could peep their pattern. You could see where they eating at and whatnot. This is why us as living sentient beings, if you're living free, if you're living in your nationality, you living in your birthright, you living with your free national name, you living the real ancient and modern history. You're living the ancient and modern history. You're not, and you being that. This is what separates Moors who are declared, proclaimed Moors from undeclared Moors. Those undeclared Moors are still Moors, but their mindset is in a dormant mindset. This is where we say the self-hatred is involved. A lot of our people are walking around here full of self-hatred. They hate themselves. But it's not really their fault that they hate themselves. It's a lack of knowledge because there's so many different distractions. The lack of knowledge creates the self-hate. You understand? So our people are in the condition of self-hatred, and it's a perpetual self-hatred cycle, but it's being broken right now. This is the Great Awakening. See, the Great Meeting is on. When they show like the yin and the yang symbol, let me see if I got it in here. You know the yin and yang symbol, right? Where somebody walking around. Do I got it in here? I don't even got it in here. So y'all familiar with the yin and yang symbol? With the O right there. Let me see if I can put it up here. With the circle and the O right there. This right here. So y'all familiar with that symbol right there, right? Let me pin that. That symbol right there. Okay. The yin and the yang symbol. The yin and yang symbol is actually Moorish science. It's ancient. It's not modern. The yin and yang symbol signifies as above, so below. What does as above, so below mean? What does that mean? It's like this right here. When you see this right here, This is another representation of the same symbol, as above, so below, with the 6-pointed star. Some might say the Star of Solomon. Some might say the Star of David. It has many meanings. So you say this is hate being who we are and hate there on God. Yeah. And this is like, this goes into the yin and the yang and the healing process. And the word more. You see, the word more means love. It means light. It means a guardian of the galaxy. It means the Merkaba. It actually means the human light body or the human light vehicle. This is where the Merkaba comes in. This is where you get into some like secrets of the ancient flower of life. Volume 1 and Volume 2. When you get into books like that, you really gonna start seeing a geometric breakdown of like the stars, the 5-point star, where they in the 6-point star, and you start seeing the tetragrammaton, and you start seeing the tetrahedron, you start seeing the tetragrammaton, you start seeing like all these symbols and signs are really the same things, just revamped. Like the 5-point star and the 6-point star. You looking at the hex alpha. That's what that really is. This right here is really called the hex alpha. What does the hex alpha represent? The hex alpha is the insignia of the Moorish nation. The hex alpha, the 6-point star. And you see the 12 signs of the zodiac, they are around that. You see? Because you're studying astrology. When you're studying the Bible, you're studying astrology. When you're studying the Quran, you're studying astrology. You're studying science. When you're studying the Bhagavad Gita with Buddha, you're studying astrology. You're studying science. You're studying chemistry. Pick up the book, The Alchemist. Pick up that book. Fire. When we start looking at things from the way they should be looked at and stop looking at things the way we've been taught. We've been all of us, me included, we've all been taught miseducation. This is why we have a lot of people, even myself. In the beginning, I was trying to prove Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey wrong. This is how I even got into more science. I didn't come into more science thinking that, oh, this is just something that sound good. It sound cool, so I'm gonna fuck with it. Nah, I came into this more science movement trying to prove Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey wrong. And the more that I started seeing, digging into what he was talking about, I started seeing like, damn, he ain't wrong on what he talking about. He ain't let up yet. That's how I got into it. I didn't come into this divine and national movement on some, I'm trying to just be something because I heard everybody else say this is what you should be. No, sir. I came into this divine and national movement as somebody looking at it like, nah, that shit ain't real. They tweaking. The more I kept trying to discredit and disprove what I was looking at, the more I started to see like the lies that I've been told in my own personal life about, you know, people are crayon colors and we don't get justice because so-called black people, it's the color of their skin, and I start seeing more and more all that shit was cap. Like the lies was endless. This how I started getting into the Moorish Divine and National Movement, coming into this like, I'm trying to prove Taj Tariq Bey, the Grand Sheikh, wrong. And the more I kept studying, the more I started seeing. Like, not only was he right on what he was talking about, but me cross-referencing and digging deep into the science, I'm starting to see it's more shit. On top of what Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey was saying, it's so much more information. Because we've been here so long. We've been on this planet, fam, so long. We literally have lost. We've lost. We literally went subconscious and numb to what we created. Like, we've been on this planet so long. We've watched creation go on so long. We've really like lost touch with those creations that we done made. Like, ain't nothing new under the sun. The first people that we created was us. Moors. What are you saying? Moabites, Hammatites, Cushites, whether you want to say Phoenicians, whether you want to say Assyrians, whether you want to say Chaldeans. We've been here the longest. The Hittites. We've always been here. This is how long we've been here since the beginning of the beginning. Yeah. This is how long we've been on this planet. So when you talk about the yin and the yang, that symbol that's right there, the light on that symbol represents what you would say positivity. The darkness on the symbol of the yin and yang, that represents, or the dark side, that represents the darkness. All right. But according to the principle of polarity, or the law of polarity, it's necessary to have light and darkness. It's super necessary to have these, because you could look at it like this. How would you know to have a sense of purpose if there wasn't nothing to measure your steps with? How would you know what a stand-up person looked like and was if you didn't have nothing to measure up to it? You never would have nothing to measure that by. You would never have nothing, no law to measure like, all right, I gotta line my steps up like this. Oh, I ain't gonna be like that. You feel me? Because that's a part of the yin and the yang. The light represents the positivity. The darkness represents the negativity, but they are necessary. Somebody might say a necessary evil. It's not really evil because they're both really one. See, this is what's like astonishing about the shit. Like, the more you study this shit, there really is no good and bad. Like that, it really ain't really like that. It's really just one. This is what Allah gave us as the greatest gift, as living sentient beings. Allah gave us a choice with free will. We have a choice. You can choose. Do you want to partake in positivity, the light of the yin and the yang? Or do you want to take part on the negative side, the darkness of the yin and the yang? It's your choice. You say, question, why is the darkness on the top and the light is on the bottom? Because it's spinning in the 360 degrees. You see? It's all 360 though. It's spinning on a 360 degree rotation. So that's kind of like how you would go into the Merkaba or the Merkava. The Merkava is a 3-part word that you're looking at when you say the Merkaba. This exactly lines up to that. It lines up to the Hex Alpha. It lines up to the 5-point star, which is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. When you look at one symbol, like the Hex Alpha, the 6-pointed star, right? The 2 triangles, look, it's 2 triangles, right? It's 2 pyramids. Look what you're looking at. This is what you're looking at. All right. You looking at 2 pyramids. Okay? You're looking at 2 pyramids. One of them is up, the other one is down. So when you say, well, which one am I supposed to be in? You're supposed to be in both of them because they're one. It's just your free will with Allah and the principles that you stand on. That's what keeps you balanced out. So it's not so much you wanna not have knowledge about both of them. You want to have knowledge about the positive as well as the negative. You want to have knowledge to where you keep yourself in harmony and in balance. You want to be aware of the negative. That don't mean that you want to do negative, but you want to be aware of the negative. You want to have knowledge of the negative. Because of having knowledge of the negative is how you have knowledge of the positive. And you want to do good. You want to do positive more than you do negative. See, that's the balancing scale though. You want to do more positives than you do negatives. All right. That's when you saying you walk in the straight and narrow path. You gonna have mess ups. Everybody have mistakes. But when you constantly repeat the same thing, that's a pattern. That ain't a mistake no more. And the people that's out here that choose to sell out, these are the people who are choosing with their own free will. They want to sell their own out so they can have a nice house and cars, and they want to, take plane, private jets and all this other shit and lie to their people and watch their people suffer. Even though these same people got the knowledge to walk with the positive. They don't want to walk with the positive. They want to play the line, and they want to play the line on a tightrope. Whole time they know the truth, but they not going to tell you that. They not going to tell you the truth though. Why? They don't want to lose their house. Because the people that's listening to these people, and these people be throwing out all these giant ass events, who paying for that? The willing population. The willing population who doesn't know that the people that's in front of them is really selling them out. They don't get that though. The people that's selling them out, they know exactly what they doing. They know that ain't no people on the planet called black people, red people, yellow and brown. They know that shit. This is why it's a free will. You choose to sell out, or you choose to do positive. The question I'm throwing out there is, what y'all gonna say to these people? What y'all gonna do to these people when the truth come out that they've been lying the whole time? And when they tell you, hey man, you need to go ahead and take that plea deal from that attorney. What? Or you need to go ahead, you know what I'm saying? You need to go ahead and misidentify yourself as black because you're gonna get benefits with what they say, the affirmative action. Affirmative action is all a fraud. All that shit is color of law. This is another reason why they say the English language is cursed. And keep in mind, the English language is not cursed. All languages on the planet have the ability to be used the other way. Look. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look at this right here. The era of the English language. Before 1828, the Roman tribes in colonial North America spoke different Latin dialects, all of which had roots in Arabic, the language of the sophisticated Moors. Hold up. Arabic was a language of the sophisticated Moors, and they spoke Latin in North America. Could this be a reason why you see Latin written on this right here? See that? You see how it's hidden in plain sight? It's literally on the paper that people die for every day. It's on there. But it's where you want to hide. When you want to hide something from somebody, you put it right in their face. They ain't never going to suspect that you put it there. It's right there. They'll tell us that Latin is a dead language, though. So if Latin was a dead language, then why is it written on here? Bing bong. In 1828, the English dictionary was published in colonial North America. 1828. Check the date out. Consequently, the English language is a culmination of dialects all originating from Arabic. Once again, the roots of Arabic are from sophisticated Moors. So anybody out there that says they speak Arabic, Arabic was invented by Moors. Yeah. And it was invented in North America. So what does that tell us? That tells us a few things. That tells us that North America was where this language started at. This is where this language started at. See that? Then look at this. It says all originating from Arabic. What does it say? It says this linguistic influence is also noticeable in French. What? In French? It says Spanish and Italian mathematical expressions. Similarly, both German and Jewish mathematical expressions bear striking similarities. What? German Jewish mathematical expressions bear striking similarities. This concrete evidence comprehensively clarifies the meaning behind the phrase e pluribus unum on U.S. colorable money out of many. Bing fucking bong. Right in front of our face. Right in front of our face. You have the so-called Jewish mathematical expressions, German mathematical expressions, French and Spanish, Italian. All this is Moorish linguistic influence. All of this. But when they tell us, I want you to just really just think about this. Let this just digest. Why would they tell us in school that Latin was a dead language, but Latin is written on this right here that we use every day? Just think about that. Why? So if that's the case, how deep does the lie go? How deep does the lie really go if they told us one thing in school, but we see something different in real life? So ask yourself, if they lied to me about that, damn, how deep does the lie go? The lie goes deep, fam. It literally goes to the bottom. I'm talking literally everything that they done told us in school has been, it's been lies. For real. They been lies. Look, as mentioned earlier, the English language has roots in various Latin dialects. Here we go again. All of which have Moorish origins. Don't y'all see why they want to bury anything that's Moorish? Hollywood wants to bury anything that has anything to do with Moorish history. Any and everything. Because once they bury it, it becomes out of sight, out of mind. Once it's out of your sight, it's out of your mind. Case in point, anything that you used to do that you don't do today, you ain't been practicing, what happens? The mind tends to forget. You start to lose it a little bit if you don't keep practicing. You start to lose what you knew if you don't keep practicing. This is why Noble Drew Ali the Prophet told us to study, study, study. He told us that 3 times for a reason. So look, we talking about the English connection to Latin. Latin right here has origins with English. It says, when I hear people claim that English isn't their language, it underscores how the education system was designed to mislead and condition our collective minds. This has been a significant factor contributing to the issue faced by our people. Moorish individuals unknowingly have been distancing themselves from their own language. Do you realize what this is saying? It says not only do our people feel some type way when we say like English ain't our language and this ain't our land. Listen, I'm showing and proving right now in real time. Latin dialects, all of which have Moorish origin. This, remember I said earlier about self-hatred? The school system is systematically creating us to hate ourselves, hate our culture, hate each other, hate our hair, hate our faces. Put all of our value into materialism. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something that y'all already know. I don't know where all these police came from. It's about, you got fire trucks coming down the street, police cars coming everywhere. I don't know what's going on. I ain't lying. Look, I ain't lying. I don't know what they on. I I don't know what they on, but they on something though. So look, when it comes to self-love and versus self-hatred, the reason why it's so important to nationalize, and nationality don't have nothing to do with you filling out a piece of paper or going to see somebody and they tell you you officially a Moor now. It don't have nothing to do with that. That's what a lot of people, they want the narrative to stay like that. Whole time, nationality is a process that begins with you in your own mind. What you think and what you know. It's not about what you believe in. Beliefs are for children. Children deal with beliefs. It's nothing wrong with beliefs. It's nothing wrong with a child thinking that they could fly. They could think they could jump off and do, you know what I'm saying? Like different little tricks and whatnot, jumping off shit, doing flips. That's what an imagination is for. We all have these abilities though. But see, once you grow from a child to an adult, you're supposed to do away with childish things. You're not going to do the same things. Like, you're not finna sit down with some spelling blocks and spell your name out. You ain't finna, hopefully you ain't finna do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna start playing with crayons and you think you really, you know what I'm saying, making a portrait or some shit. Man, you playing with crayons. Like, what are you doing? You tracing the lines in the coloring book, my nigga. Yeah. Hopefully you ain't finna be doing that shit. But real shit though, the self-love comes from, it's 5 stages of love anyway. I'm gonna go into this later on the beam out later. But it's the people that know are the people that's not, they not dealing with beliefs like that. The people that know the game and know what time it is with history and law, they're not dealing with crayons and checkers, and they not dealing with none of that shit. You know, coloring blocks, and they ain't dealing with that. They finna deal with science. They gonna deal with facts, logic. If somebody is building a building like a bridge or something, they not finna play around with coloring crayons and shit like that. They got a project they finna build. This bridge got to get built. They finna bring out an architect. They finna bring out some landscapers to come out there, and they gonna bring a team out there that's competent to build this project up. They finna build a railroad. They ain't got time to be fucking around with the time. They got shit on the schedule. You see? So they're gonna bring people in there for that project that's mentally competent. This is why you never want to identify as a minority. A minority is dealing with the mind of an infant, a child. So it's a slap in the face when these politicians, they want to get your vote. They come in our community and they misidentify us as minorities. They know what they're doing. Once they misidentify you as a minority, and you accept them identifying you as a minority, you took on the spell. See, this is how it works. Damn. I don't know what's going on right now. I know it's cracking outside right now, though. Fire trucks everywhere. I don't know what went up. As you see them going past me, right? It's regular Chicago shit, I guess. Look, so when it comes to self-love, when it comes to that, it's just about knowing yourself. Just like Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So it's me and my brother Q, shout out to him. Shout out to Infinite Styles. We was just talking about discipline. And a lot of problems that's happening is happening because of a lack of discipline. A lot of people don't like that word. Just like a lot of people don't like the word submit. They don't like those words. And there's nothing wrong with those words, really. Submission, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with discipline. Discipline is a part of growing up. It's a part of maturity. When somebody got discipline, that shows that they have matured to a point or degree where they don't fall victim to childish shit. or they think different, so they not finna get involved with shit that don't even matter. You know? Because everything is energy. So how you move, how you speak, it's a reflection of what's going on inside. This is why you never want to judge a book by the cover. You want to treat people just like you want to be treated, unless they give you a reason not to treat them like that. So everybody is connected to Allah, but everybody is having their own different human experience on this planet. We all are sharing a planet for sure, but everybody is having their own divine experience in the physical form. You feel me? That's just what's happening right now. You know? So when it comes to the self-hatred though, the self-hatred comes in from a lack of knowledge. It's a mindset of hard-headed. You stuck on what you believe in, and what you believe in is actually the things that's hurting you. What you believe in cannot be proven. If it can't be proven, it ain't no evidence with it. That's some shit you need to let go. Because you can't prove it. What Noble Drew Ali the Prophet said, people are hard-headed and stiff-necked and will only move at the point of a sword. Only gonna move at the point of a sword? How many people out here like that? Once they own what they own, it ain't no none of that. But look at this though. The word more means love. It means light. This is why nationality is the order of the day. The word more means love. The word black is associated with everything that's wicked, evil, backdoor type shit. Think about it. Blackmail, blackball, blacklisted, the Black Plague, black eye. If you just took emotion out, because it's three types of minds. You have a person that has an emotional mind. They're stuck in emotionalism. They're easily psychologically triggered. Then you have another type person. This type person, they move off understanding. They move off of wisdom and knowledge. This is the type of person that you have for the second type person. This other person, they deal with knowing. The third type person, they know how to use emotion. They know how to use the knowledge, as well as balancing the beliefs, the faith, and the knowing, and they can put it into action. That's the real shit. The person that knows how to not only just be, they know what they know, but they're not too much of a know-it-all or a robot. See, they not mechanical. They not moving like a mechanical robot, and they not moving like a know-it-all. They moving like somebody that's true to themselves, and they're being their self. This is why they so relatable. And in these times that's right now, because nothing is new under the sun, authenticity is a superpower. Do you realize the more authentic that you are, the more that you being yourself, the more that you're really activating your superpowers. If you are not being your authentic self and you out here perpetrating, fitting in, trying to fit in, blend in with the Joneses, you're losing your superpower. This is why knowledge of self is the key. This is why it's not taught in our community. It's not taught to our people. It's not taught amongst each other. What is promoted? Twerking. Just low vibrational shit. Twerking, shaking your ass, singing the worst type lyrics ever, and just doing the most vile, fucked up shit to each other. Because what is that doing? That's funding the hospitals. That's funding the police. That's funding what? The clinic that's funding the prisons. Look how us as Moors, who've been declassified or misclassified as so-called African American or black people on the Census Bureau, look how much of that ignorance and that self-hatred is making the people who are using all of that negativity, look how rich that's making them. All of us collectively, the self-hatred that we got towards each other, once we start turning it, and it's happening right now, because it's age of Aquarius, the energy, the truth is in the air. It's airborne now because it's in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. It's not a water sign. This is why the true frequency, the true vibration, it's like that right now. It's like soon as something happen, you know how somebody be like, man, you did old boy and you had a shady ass business deal. And right after that, your karma hit you. That's the frequency that we in right now in this age of Aquarius. It's an airborne thing. It's not, you feel me? It's not something that's going to be taking a long time no more. Nah. This the age of Aquarius now. A lot of things that's been hidden in the shadows and in the dark, all that shit's starting to come out. It's starting to come out now. This is why you seeing Hollywood burn and all this shit. It's all popping out now. Can't hide in the dark. You see, and the yin and the yang, when we talking about the light and the darkness, it's necessary to have a so-called op. It's necessary to have an opponent or an enemy. Or it's necessary to have people that do fucked up shit. Because what would be your motivation if all you saw was people doing fucked up shit? If all that you saw was people doing fucked up shit, what would be your motivation to do something positive? This is why Allah gave us the greatest gift, the gift of free will. We are born with on the square and the circle. We born with this. This is why some people who have not been tainted and tarnished, if they still got any human like decency for civilization, they realize shit that's fucked up. They realize shit going on that shouldn't be going on. A lot of them, they don't care though. They could be bought. They got price tags on them. You could sell them some bands and they gonna go right along with it. This is why you never want to do business with somebody who everything with them is strictly about money. If everything and every decision that they make is strictly based off money, fiat, they're the type of person that'll backdoor you. Because everything is based on transactions. There's nothing moral about it. There's no principles about it. You gotta be careful of that. Be careful of somebody who every decision that they base their decision making off is transactional. You gotta watch people like that. For real. Them the ones that'll be like, yeah, you black. Yeah, you a Native American. You an Indian. You a Pan-African. You a person of color. But then they'll turn around and tell you, I love my people. I love my people. Get the fuck on. How you love your people when you selling the same people out, telling them that they crayons, putting them in a mindset like, man, it's the system that's messed up. It's the system that got me out here fucked up. Nah, the system is designed for so-called people of color to make a decision. That's the system. The system is designed for people to make a free will choice. You either gonna serve light or you gonna serve darkness. If you serve the light, you got positive law. You got jurisprudence. You could go that way. If you serve the dark, you could go that way. We got something for you. We got something called color of law. We got that waiting on you. We got them codes waiting on you. We got them statutes waiting on you. That's what's waiting on you. Real life though. That's what's waiting. You see all this, when they say the system piece, when they say the system, You have a free will choice to go into which one you want to go into. You can't nobody make you go into nothing. You have free will. You have the greatest gift from Allah. We all do. We got free will. The free will is for everybody. It's what you choose to do with that free will. That's where you might have some complications and repercussions with. What you choose to do with your free will. And that's the part that's uncomfortable. You feel me? This is why Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, my people perish by the day for a lack of knowledge. The problem is our people having all these beliefs and not enough facts to back up what they're talking about. Everybody got something to say, but the facts don't justify their beliefs. It actually is a walking contradiction to their beliefs, because the facts are facts. The truth is the truth. You know how people be like, this is my truth and this is what I stand on. This is what I believe in. What you believe in or what I believe in don't matter. What is the truth of the situation? What are the facts? What's the evidence of the situation? That's it. Opinions is, everybody got opinions. That's like when somebody finna get locked up, everybody turn to an attorney. Everybody want to say something about how much they finna get on their case, how many years they finna get. Everybody turn to an attorney then. Whole time, the whole system, what you would say, unum sanctum, that was established in 1861, 1871, that system is doing human trafficking to the so-called people of color. What if I was to tell y'all this, man? When you identify as a person of color, you're putting yourself into a system for human trafficking. You can be mistreated, miseducated. You can be exiled. You can even be legally exterminated. You can be treated worse than a dog could be treated that's left outside. They'll save a dog before they'll save a so-called person of color. You might be like, damn, that shit bogus as hell. That's the system it's called color of law. They don't hide it. It's called the Christian Black Codes. They don't hide none of this shit. That's what it's called. So you might be like, damn, they treating the dog better than they treating us. Yeah. Well, Peter and all these motherfuckers coming around popping up. Yeah. Dogs, cats, they got nationalities. Do you realize everything on the planet has a place of origin that they come from? Why wouldn't you think that you come from a place of origin? Black is not an origin. It's an object. It's a color that's artificial. It's not a people. This is why dogs and cats and PETA, they'll come get down on your ass if you violate a dog or a cat. You understand? But they don't talk about that though. German Shepherds, right? National Dog Day, National Cat Day, German Shepherds, French Poodles, British Bulldogs, Alaskan Huskies. All these dogs, they have places of origin. The Zolo dog, the Chihuahua from Mexico. All these different breeds of dogs, they have a nationality. They have a pedigree. It's wild how people that live above Mexico can't put that together. And you say, it'd be like somebody you might know that breed dogs. The only dogs they gonna breed is like pure blood dogs. You feel me? Like a pure blood dog, a pure breed, they'll breed the hell out that breed because they know they're going to get a heavy ass return. They finna get that bread off that dog. So they're like, all right, look, we want to get pure blood. Let's say you want to get purebred dogos or something type dogs from Brazil. You want to get them type dogs. You know what I'm saying? So you will go to Brazil. You will get them dogs that's over there. You will bring them up here and then you will breed them. But that dog got to have his bloodline, his paperwork, their heritage got to be in sync. The pedigree got to be in sync. You feel me? Now, you take that example off of dogs and look at people that live above Mexico. They arguing about what crayon color they is. What? Fam, you arguing about what crayon color you are if you was to go to an all-black party, fam. This is black. This is black. You don't match this. So how you talking about I need to be triple black? Your skin can never be this. Yeah. And Europeans can never be white people. They can't be my white tee. Nobody can be this white t-shirt. Nobody can be this white tee. So when Europeans go to an all-white party, they're not matched. Their skin is not matching their outfit. People that live above Mexico, the rest of the world be looking at people that live above Mexico like these people are insane. These people are crazy. How you saying that you going to an all-black party and your face, your skin does not match black? You don't match this. It don't matter how much shit you put on. Yo, that's the curse. The curse when people say the English language is cursed. I'm going to tell you the curse. The curse is when you identify yourself as an object and you place yourself in the universe as dead in law. Cosmically, you're dead. Divinely, you're dead. Universally, you're dead. In law, you're dead. Colors do not get representation. They don't get respect. They don't get love because colors are not a part of the human family. The human family has a bloodline, various clans and tribes, various nations. That's what a bloodline is. Just like dogs, just like cats. You don't go to a breeder in a kennel or something like that. Be like, yeah, let me get that black dog over there. And they'd be like, what kind of dog are you looking for? You got a particular breed that you looking for? Nah, I just want a black dog. What? You want a black dog? You want a brown dog. That's what kind of dog you want. You don't care about the pedigree, the breed, none of that shit. You just be like, hey, I just want to get a brown dog out of here. I just want to get a white dog. Just give me a white dog out of here. Because I got to go. I just want a white dog. What? A white dog? You want a white dog? It's the same shit as that. So when you call pale-skinned Europeans white, you know what you're doing? You're cursing yourself. What you doing when you misidentify a pale-skinned European as white? This is what you're really doing. You're trading places in the spirit world, in the lawful world, in the universal divine world. You're trading places with them. And you're demoting yourself to a subservient position and title. And you're promoting the pale-skinned Albion above you when you call them a white person. You're demoting yourself to a subservient position, a slave or a POW. You're casting a spell. Words are unseen, but they are felt. Words have energy, frequency, and a vibration. Every word has that. It doesn't matter if it's English or Arabic or Spanish or Chinese, Mandarin or Chinese. It doesn't matter. Every word that's spoken has a frequency, energy, and a vibration. Don't matter what language. In this English language that was invented by the cultured Moors, we have not been educated in how the language is actually angles. English is a language of the gods. This is why everybody around the world, including countries, are spelled with English. English is a language that is, if you look up the word language is a 3-part word. Age. Look up that word. Break that word etymologically down. The word language is a 3-part word. Land, goo, and age. It's the language of the gods. This is why everybody that when they learn a second language, they're going to learn English. Because English can be flipped multiple different kind of ways. But you see, it's all one though. Because that's why they said that Latin was dead. Why would they say Latin was dead? And Latin is incorporated into English. Just like Arabic is incorporated with English. Just like Spanish. So when you say, well, what's up with this? What's up with our people? They don't want to call the Europeans. They don't want to call them Europeans. They want to call them white men and white women. My question is, why so much self-hatred amongst each other, but you scared to call the European a European? Why don't you call the European a European? They not stopping you from saying who they are. You could do that as a challenge. Challenge yourself. The Europeans know that they're Europeans. They playing the game with our people in North America. They playing the game. And if you look up who Free White Persons belongs to, that title, it don't belong to the Caucasians. Free White Person does not mean Caucasian. So when you looking, this is why law and history go together. If you studying law and history, you on the right track. When you say, well, they're racist. European hybrids, Albions, they're newcomers on the planet. When you call them a white person, you demote your own self to the bottom and you promote them above you. Why would you want a newcomer on the planet to be above you? And you and your ancestors been here since the beginning of time. I'm talking about all the way back when it said in Genesis, the first day, let there be light. When the Creator, Allah, spoke those words in Genesis, let there be light, who you think he was talking about? The word more means light. Who you think peopled the planet at that time? Like, you think Adam and Eve was the first people when he said, let there be light? Listen, man. Yeah. That's a whole other type story though, right there. That's, fam. This is why he said, let us make them in our image. Let us make them in our image. Let us. Elohim 7. Happy Holy Day, Moors. Let us make them in our image. Our image. It's literally written in the scriptures, in the Quran, in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Septuaginta, in the Torah. You just got to know what you're looking at. Right. So when you want to use your superpower of discernment, that's what you're doing. You want to use your discernment. That's what you want to do. You want to use your superpower. One of your superpowers is discernment. Even what I'm talking about. Use your discernment. Look up everything. Don't just take my word on nothing. Don't take nobody's word on nothing. If they can't produce no literature, if they can't produce no books, if they can't never produce nothing but just yap, 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 yap. Oh, follow me on the what you call it, follow me on it. Man, where your references at? You ain't got no references. You ain't got no books you can name off. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got a book that you wrote yourself. You ain't got nothing. This goes into the self-hatred thing. We got so much. You know what it be though? We got so much love because we are love. And we've forgotten so much because we've been on this planet so long. We still have instincts in our DNA that show us. It's like you just got to pay attention to the signs. Once you start paying attention to the signs, you'll start seeing it clearer and clearer. Like when somebody say they hate something or they'll say it without saying it though. So they'll say they hate something, but then if you look at it from another angle and you say, why does this person hate XYZ? Why they hate woo? What they hate that for? Can that person tell you why they hate it? They just say, I hate so-and-so, so-and-so. Can you tell me why you hate so-and-so, so-and-so? Why you hate XYZ for? You feel me? A lot of our energy be spent on like places that we shouldn't even be putting our energy in. We shouldn't even be focused on none of these people right now with all these motherfucking distractions. We should start being focused on what's your nationality? What's your history? Where you come from? Do you know the laws of the land? Do you treat people like you want to be treated? Why do you hate your skin? Why do you hate your hair? Why do you hate your eyelashes, your lips, your cheeks? Why do you hate your body? And all these doctors and all that, they not telling nobody to start taking nutrients and herbs and roots and, you feel me? They not even encouraging the people to do that because they looking at it like a money grab. They like, oh shit, they hate themselves. She hate her body, so she gonna go in here and get that lipo, that BBL shit. She gonna go get that shit. And you risking your life on the table. You realize that? Those BBL surgeries are life-risking surgeries. Those ain't like some slight where it's like, yeah, you went to the store, you got a BBL or some shit like that. Nah. Those are life-risking surgeries, fam. That ain't no little something slight. Nah. That's life-risking shit. What about going to the gym? Working out? But nah, that'll take too long. You see, that working out and building yourself up and, you know, studying and getting in tune with your body, that's too much. You feel me? That's too much work for some people. Some people, they don't want that shit. They want it now, right now. They want it fast and now. 2-day prime ain't even fast enough for certain people. Shit, they want they shit now. On everything. But it's like I say, man, it's like just start going back to self. Stop looking for a savior to come. Stop looking for love outside yourself. Fam, love is you. You are love. But you have to know yourself enough to know, do you love yourself enough to look at your bare face? I ain't talking about you looking in the mirror, you advertising something else, you putting all this crazy makeup and shit, all layers all on your face, and then your babies don't even look like you, but you look like somebody made up, and then somebody see your children pictures, and your baby don't even look like you. Like, damn. Now you hate yourself? You shouldn't hate yourself. You should love yourself. You should love your hair. You should love your face. You should love your body. You should love yourself. And that's what's missing. More means love. Love means more. If there's more Moors out here, there's going to be more love out here. I like that. Huh, I like that. If there's more Moors out here, there's more love out here. I like that. I like that. You say, what's your opinion on tattoos? I mean, I got ink. So, I mean, it's whatever you make it. I mean, to me, your tattoo should have some kind of meaning, though. You shouldn't just get inked up just to get inked up. Like, your shit should have a meaning or something. Like, what's your shit mean? If you just got some goof ass shit just on you just to be on you, like, that shit weird. Like, it ain't got no reason, it ain't got no purpose. What is on you for? You feel me? Anybody got any more questions? You say to the world already self-made, nothing takes back everything is already in us, man. You said how? Okay, that's a good question. How are we Asiatics? That's a great question. We're Asiatics because Asiatic is man and women on the planet. Earthbound. See, we're earthbound. So us being earthbound makes us Asiatic. At one point in time, yeah, the world was known as Asia. Yeah. You say, why? I heard someone say more means. That person that said more means a stupid person, they don't have a clue about what they're talking about. 'Cause a stupid person is an ignorant person. That's a stupid person. If you want to go to somebody that knows something, you go to a Moor. And if the Moor don't know, don't nobody know. Straight up. If the Moor don't know, don't nobody know. Go to another Moor. Go to another Moor that know. Because if a Moor don't know, don't nobody know. Oh God. Yeah, though. Yeah. They'll say that a Moor, they'll try to go all negative and say that a Moor, the Moors are the ones that sold out, and they'll say the Moors. In actuality, though, these people that don't have a nationality, where they at today? Here's the thing. The people that don't have a nationality, they always start off with a little steam. They might get a little hot, and they always fall to the wayside. They always end up disrespecting the Moors, the Moorish Divine and National Movement, or they disrespect Prophet Noble Drew Ali, peace be upon him. And then mysteriously, they just get silent. Crickets. They just get quiet. They just disappear. You say, have you rescinded your social? This is the thing about that. When you say who you are, the paperwork, because we're under colonial occupation in our own land. We have the power to stop that. The collective consciousness is the ability to stop that. It's not about filling out the paperwork, though. It's not about filling out the paperwork. Once we the people just say, I ain't doing that shit no more, it's gonna be done. It's just having the courage to say who you are and who you ain't. That's the start. The start is we the people having the courage to say that we're Moors. We're Moorish American. That's the start. The paperwork and all that, yeah. Because you cannot be a U.S. citizen. As a Moorish American national, we cannot be U.S. citizens, no way. Because The U.S. citizen is a corporate. It's a corporate state. It's a corporation. It means you're property to the U.S. so-called government. So once you voluntarily write that down or check some on a voter's registration card or anything like that, you are voluntarily going into that system. Once again, the greatest gift from Allah is free will. So the dark force, they understand natural law, trust law, contract law, universal law. They understand that. They study this. Even these sellouts that be talking, they understand law. They just choose to go on the dark side. This is why they dangerous. You got to watch people that's like that because they know both sides. They just choose to play the dark side. You got to watch them. You got to watch them. You can't let them get no passes. When they come at you with this cosmic black bullshit, or they come at you with this triple blackness, and I'm the ultra black man and ultra black woman. No sir. No sir. You gotta get away from shit like that. Because that energy, frequency, and vibration is death. That's exactly what it is. It's death. They're telling you that you're dead. They're telling you that you're dead to your face. They're telling you that you're dead. When you call yourself a colored person, a black person, you're participating, whether you realize it or not, you're participating in death, a game of death. And they gonna be the ones that win, and whoever participates in that game will die. And that goes back to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people perish by the day, or my people are destroyed by the day for a lack of knowledge. It's not about beliefs. It's about knowing or you don't know. So you're saying you're dead. Yourself is dead when you say you're black. When you say that you're a black person, in law, colors are dead. When you say that you're a color person, no judicial court is bound to respect you. This is why so-called black people continue to be mistreated and abused out here in these streets or in the so-called courts. Because you're volunteering for the treatment that you're getting. It's free will. Remember, everything works off free will. Nobody can force you. It's a free will. This is why they always ask questions. They trying to finesse us and ask these little loaded up ass questions like, yeah, do you know how fast you're driving? Do you know? State your name for the record. Are you a U.S. citizen? All these are setup questions. When they be like, how do you identify? You got to know how to answer these questions. I'm a Moorish American national. All these are spells. Straight up. All these are spells. What time is it? Okay. I can't even. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Moors have appellations. We have free national names. And the Europeans, contrary to popular belief, Europeans, hybrids, the pale-faced Albions, like all their names, they don't have names. Like all of those names, like Williams and Johnson and all these names are Moorish. They come from Moors. They don't come from that. You say, can you repeat the laws? Okay. You got maxims of law. You should pick up this book called Connecting the Dots by David E. Robinson. Connect the Dots and See by David E. Robinson. You got universal law, you got divine law, you got regulatory law, you got consumer law, you got trust law, you got constitutional law. One more. But they're maxims of law. Pick up that book by David E. Robinson. Connect the Dots and See. You said, was the world more or did it get to America? Was the world more? Yeah, the world at one time was known as a Mexum or Asia. This is why we're Asiatic and Muslims. That's in the Quran questions, the 101s and 102s written by Noble Drew Ali. The Quran questions. You should pick up that. You could download that for free though. Download the Moorish American Quran questions, or the Quran questions for Moorish Americans, 101s and 102s. You could download that right now for the free online. The Moorish questions, or the questions for Moorish Americans, 101s and 102s. Noble Drew Ali left us everything it takes to save a nation. Everything. It's gonna take discipline to want to read it. You gotta read it. And it ain't even like some crazy ass million pages. It's a pamphlet. Have you ever looked at the Universal Declaration Rights of Universal Declaration of Human Rights? It's a little tiny little pamphlet. Yeah, connecting the dots. Connect the dots and see. That's the name of that book. Fire. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is like a pamphlet that's like this. It's like this wide. It's a small little demo. Straight up. Then look up, right, download the maxims of law, the axioms of law. Download that. Download, if you can, download UNDRIP. Download that. United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Download that. Get that in your life. Like now. They don't never talk about that document right there. If you want to have a so-called debate with anybody that's talking this Indian shit, this Native American, Pan-African BS, if you really want to shut them down in one statement, all you got to do is say, are you familiar with the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples? And Article 6, where it says every indigenous individual has the right to a nationality. If you want to see them just go blank, silent, say that to them. They not familiar with that. You don't even need to waste your time. Because you talking to them, they ain't even familiar with an indigenous document that was all signed off by indigenous people on the American land. It's called the Declaration Rights of Indigenous People. If they don't know or they not familiar with that document, get out of there because you wasting your time. You tell them, go read that document and then come holler at me. Go read that. Straight up. But I'm finna move around though. This was just some, you know what I'm saying? This turned into some, you know, it turned into something. J-Trap. Peace, more. Yes. Declaration Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Article 6. Every indigenous individual has the right to a nationality. This is why these people don't talk about nationality. Because you know how much bread our people, we the people, gonna take out of their pockets? Out of their little greedy ass little hands and their little corporate little pockets? You know how much bread the indigenous people is about to start taking out of their shit? You know how much bread? It's unfathomable how much bread we about to start taking out of their shit. Because it's ours anyway. Keep in mind, these people over here in our land is foreigners, fam. They not American. They not American. This is another reason why you do not ever call a pale-skinned European an American. You don't call them white. You never call them an American. And you never call them a white person. Because once you say that they're American, or once you let a European Albion say that they're American, you just signed off on the identity theft. You signed off on the treason. That's why you never call them that. You don't never call them an American. because they not American. You don't never call them no American. How they gonna be an American? And if you ask them where they from, they're gonna tell you somewhere in Europe. Oh, I'm from Sweden. I'm from Switzerland. I'm from wherever you from Norway or something like some shit like that. Okay, well, you're a European descent. You're not American. That's why you never call them an American. You never let them get that off that they American. And you never call them people white people. They love our people calling them white people. This is why they walk around with their nose in the air. Because they look at our people like they don't even know what they saying. So go ahead and let them keep continuing to call us white people. And we're going to keep continuing to call them black people. Because black means dead in law. Colored means dead in law. It means artificial person. Every time you say you a color person, you a person of color, it don't matter how eloquent you say it. It don't matter how much you think that you're an oratory speaker. It don't matter how much politeness that you put on it. Once you say you a color person, you just let everybody around you know that you're ignorant and you're dead in law. And you too educated to realize it. Every time. Every time. It don't matter if you say, I went to college. I got a college degree. Yeah. You got a degree from their school that brainwashed you to trick you out your natural position and to get you to call yourself a color person, which means dead in law. This is why they're encouraging all our people to go to these colleges to get 4 more years of brainwashing and get further in debt. So you could go get brainwashed, indoctrinated 4 more years. And then you come out of there and you got a whole indoctrination database in your head. And you out here at Thanksgiving dinner or wherever you at, talking about you black and you proud. But the same person who say they black and they proud, if they get into an argument with another so-called black person, the insult will be like, say, like me, right? They'll say that my complexion, they'll instantly talk about color. If you start noticing the patterns, somebody that says that they're educated, they'll act like they're going to this color thing, like it's a slander or something, like it's a slur. They'll say that shit. So then you would say, well, you the same person that keep talking about black is beautiful and Black Lives Matter and all this woo-woo bullshit. But the moment that you get into a verbal confrontation with your own people, you will insult them and call them black. Or your black ass. Get your black ass out of here. That's why you black like that. But you just said black is beautiful and all this Black Lives Matter bullshit and we all the same people and all this. So why is color an insult coming out your mouth then? You don't hear Europeans doing that shit. They don't do that shit because they know they ain't white people. Have you ever seen pale-skinned Albions? Have you ever seen them get into a verbal argument and call each other white? You white motherfucker. They don't talk like that. They'll start talking about trailer trash. They'll start talking shit like that. They'll start talking about rednecks. They start talking like that. You see? It's only our people that play that black game. They embrace the black game, but then they reject the black game. They'll be like, oh, you too light-skinned. You too light-skinned. You got some European in your family or some shit. Or then you will have somebody that's dark-skinned, so-called dark-skinned. They'll be like, oh, where your family from? It's like delusional. That shit is fucking delusional. 1 minute you embrace the color black, then the next minute you reject the color black. So why you calling yourself black at all? When your skin is more bronze or brown or mahogany than anything. Or like your skin is copper or mahogany. Why are you calling yourself black anyway? And why are you calling these pale-skinned Europeans white like my tea when they more pink than anything? What? Man, I'm gone, man. I'm gone, G. This shit just backwards. Like, you want to fix something? Look at that to change. Change that. That's you can control that. You can control that right now. That's something that could be controlled. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know, it's always love building with y'all Moors, though. You know that, though. Happy Holy Day. You know what I'm saying? To all the Asiatics, all the Muslims that's out there. Big up to all y'all out there. All y'all out there on the West Coast, the East Coast, all y'all down south, all y'all up north, you know, Chicago in here, the Rock. You know we in here. All y'all that's overseas, all y'all that's in the islands, all y'all that's in the islands, fam. Y'all Moorish Americans too. Don't think that you not Moorish Americans. North, Central, South America, all of the islands. We all connected. We all connected. That's why everybody want to come over here. You feel me? Shout out to Cali. That's why everybody from around the world, they want to come here to Al Maghrib, Al Aska. They want to come here. Look, get you a flag, get you a Moorish flag, that the red flag with the 5-point green star. What the fuck is this? Get you a flag representing our nation as Moors and put that shit on your car, put that shit outside your house on a flag. Put it outside so people start seeing like Moors, the new Moors is here. We here now. And we ain't going back. Being silent, being quiet, none of that. Start repping that Moorish flag though. Real life though. When you go out, start putting your Moorish drip up. Yeah. Stop wearing your Moorish drip. You need to start wearing your Moorish drip. So they can see. Start wearing your Moorish drip when you pop outside. So they can see what time it is, fam. They need to see that. They need to see that. They need to see. They need to see us like this. Once they start seeing us like this, then they finna be like, oh shit, the Moors is here now. They here. What we gonna do? Can't do shit. We here. Can't do nothing. We here now. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Moors. I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one, though. I self-law wearing master. Teach the baby. Start wearing your fez. Start wearing your turban. Start wearing your shamags. Start wearing your Moorish drip. Because that's when we gonna start letting them know by us being in our Moorish habit. You know what I'm saying? Islam, Moors. I self-law wearing master. Much love.